Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic
Yo, yo, yo.
and the
Hey,
Jinkies.
yeah, man, I'm here.
The man that sandwiches are not allowed to.
The man that sandwiches forgot. Okay.
The man that's promotion. I'll either be famous or infamous. Those sandwiches will remember me.
Mhm.
Oh, man. Crazy week. A lot of stuff coming out.
Well, it kind of sucks because we're still where we at with the big public gatherings, but I believe it's officially 2 weeks out from E3.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it starts a little earlier than usual this year.
I think the Summer Game Fest starts first, and then it goes into, and then E3 is right after it.
I don't even know what that is.
That's
But-
Jeff,
Yeah.
whatever his name is, that asshole.
Oh, Jeff Keighley.
yeah,
Jeff
that's his
Keighley,
thing.
He's not that guy. He just likes Mountain Dew and Doritos. That's
There
all.
you
Oh, I don't like that guy. I met him. He's a dick. I can't stand that guy.
Well,
Okay.
what visionary isn't, I guess?
Yeah.
There's some.
Yeah, I remember him coming to my GameStop store, and he was just a douche. That's all I have to say about it.
Probably,
Jeff Keighley, you listen to
probably
this.
like the smell of his own farts.
Probably.
Well, it's like he might be one of those type of self-important people, but
These
I
farts.
can't deny what he's
Doritos.
been able to accomplish.
No, 100%, 100%. Especially also starting from like a digital, was it Digital Playgrounds he started from?
Was it Digital Playground?
Yeah. He did
Was
Digital Playgrounds. Yeah.
Oh yes, Playground.
He did Digital Playgrounds like back in the day before it went to G4. Then it went to G4. Cause
Yeah, they
he used to
picked
show like
up
at
a
2 in the
bunch of
morning and
stuff.
shit. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. I remember you. I just don't like you. Anyway, so that one
Well,
starts.
he wasn't what I was trying to get to talking about. That's
Sorry,
whatever.
Will. Yeah.
E3 is starting up pretty soon. I believe it's
Yeah.
the second week of June this
Yeah.
year. So a lot of companies got out ahead of it, started making announcements. Sonic had a big presentation, so if you care, you care. Horizon got out there, and because of their days of play presentations, they got to show off what the game was like in motion.
That shit was beautiful.
Yeah, 18 minutes
So
of gameplay.
there's that one. Also, Sony got out there and confirmed rumors about Uncharted going to 4 so far, going to PC.
Nice.
And again, they're basically saying we are getting a real foothold on PC, which has me happy.
yeah,
Good.
because Days Gone is also going to PC.
That was the first one
Oh,
that
right.
started making headlines. It was actually, I think it was last year that was it Horizon was last year? Yeah, I think
Yes.
last year was Horizon.
I bought it on Steam. Horizon,
So
the first one.
yeah, so that's like the actual big step into it.
Yeah.
Days Gone was very recent. I think that was actually maybe 2 weeks ago. And then the rumor for Uncharted was that same week, and then bam, here it is, Uncharted. So that's good.
I'll say when Sony is really being friendly with PC is when you see Spider-Man.
Nah, they're already friendly. Uncharted. I remember I told you, first party, their studios, OG stuff is like number one.
Yeah.
Horizon is that thing.
Yeah.
Horizon is like she's star number 2 on their team. It's Nathan Drake is that, and then you can trickle down from there because they're original IPs.
Yeah,
Right.
God of War too. God of War hopefully finds its way there.
I think Kratos might have been like, again, there was people leaking stuff,
Yeah.
Right.
but I'm not at liberty to say whether or not it's real or not because I have no idea. It's just rumors. So until they confirm it, Kratos is out there in the Nexus. He's chilling out there. Maybe he will be, maybe he won't be. But like first party, once you saw Aloy just chilling on the Steam page, it's like, okay, they here.
Which one? What PlayStation franchise you want to see on a PC?
I don't really care.
No.
Just give me all of them.
All of them?
Don't hold anything
Just
back.
one.
Give me everything.
Pick one.
If I have to pick one thing, it's Bloodborne because that's stuck. But that's not new. That's the thing. Like we don't
think
even
you're
know
gonna
what
get
the hell
anything
Elden
new.
Ring is gonna be. Remember that's from software, so that's not exclusive.
Yeah.
As in, if if somehow, some way, FromSoft could get the rights for it, that's theirs.
Yeah.
But because Sony owns the rights to having it on their platform, that's why it's exclusive. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's like the same deal with Spider-Man. It's literally the name is attributed to a different studio, but because they bought the rights, it's there.
Yeah.
So
Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, so that's the thing. Like they actually have the rights even for movie and video game rights because they bought it out off of Activision when they required it before because Spider-Man was being made by Activision for a while.
But they have a deal to uphold on that. They have to sell XYZ, make XYZ.
Yeah. I think Spider-Man would
if
kill
they made it in the lab.
I think Spider-Man would kill it on fucking PC though.
It should.
So
That would be a gold mine. Like I know
It's
people
up
that
there.
will buy it another time just to fucking play it on PC and the mods and shit.
Do you
be
think
crazy.
the age of permanent exclusives are over?
No,
Or-
because Final
No.
Fantasy is exclusive already. Again,
Okay.
the new Integrate is exclusive to PS5 for I think a year. So it's
Well,
not
that's what I
going
mean.
anywhere.
Like,
And Bethesda
time
shit.
exclusives. That's what I mean. Like that's not permanent. If it's only timed for a year, then it's timed exclusives, and then eventually everything makes its way over. That's what I mean. The permanent.
Nah, there's still gonna be permanent exclusives. Cause look at
Well,
Sony stuff. Like
I think-
like PCs. I think PC is the one that's just like, yeah, you get that one will get away with things. Other than that, like will you see them on Xbox now?
But you have to remember it's the company that makes it, and also PC is free range, so they have nobody's beholden to them.
Exactly.
So, but as in, if you mean the end of exclusives, that means the end of Xbox and Sony,
Yeah.
because
that's
and
what's-
Nintendo,
yeah.
like that's the end of exclusives. When they
Well-
all decide to join together and hold hands, that's the end of exclusives.
I see what you're saying. Well,
Because you're never going to see Master
So-
Chief on a Sony system, so there's no end to.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
PC is the middle ground.
PC
Yeah.
is the middle ground where everybody
But-
can just shake hands. I see what you're saying.
But if you
It's like a
told me
handshake.
that the we were talking about last week that they announced that there will be a Halo Battlegrounds, it was basically translates into a battle royale type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you told me they were going to make a SKU for the Switch, I would believe it because they're already shaking hands with Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
There's some
'cause
kind of
n-
weird partnership going on. I've heard
Yeah, because they don't see Nintendo as a threat. They see Nintendo
But they see
as
them-
something they could do something with.
about. They see them as a market for money.
But
Yeah.
well, I would put it to you this way, that it's only because of how aggressive Sony is with maintaining their independence, because with the rumors and then the quote unquote people confirming that they are the sole culprit against what was it,
Crossplay.
crossplay.
Yeah, because the Borderlands
them.
had and I know like Borderlands had to cut down they had to cut off the crossplay for the PlayStation 4 and PS5.
Every game,
Yeah.
every game that got denied, literally,
That's
it's
dumb.
because of them.
Yeah.
So when you find that out, you realize they don't. It's not that they don't see themselves as threats. Nintendo's out there outselling everything, and they don't care. They just do what they do.
'Cause they're Nintendo.
Xbox doesn't care because they have multiple ecosystems, right? They have
Right.
PC, which they finally started paying attention to.
But now they have but now they have their exclusives coming, but not anytime soon. But they're coming. They are coming, from Bethesda and shit like that. Like that Star.
Starfield.
Yeah, that's gonna be exclusive. I knew that shit. The moment they bought them, I knew that shit was gonna be exclusive. 100%.
Yeah, but then that also means Fallout is exclusive. So that just comes with the territory.
Yeah.
But
Elder Scrolls.
as in
100%.
terms of, even if you exclude that company that they bought to get more stuff, which is kind of that speaks for itself, because that means they ain't got nothing in the house,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
If you count what they already had, which was Gears and Halo at the top, right? They don't have a reason to not share those because they can.
Yeah.
With the other ecosystems that are friendly to play with them. That's just they see the light now. You know what I mean? They're not stuck in the we need the most money on the Xbox Series family. They don't care.
No,
Right.
they
They want all the money.
Yeah, they have the whole thing with the Game Pass, and they're doing really good with the Game Pass. So they know what market they kind of want. They kind of want that Netflix mentality when it comes to Game Pass, and I think that's what they're doing.
So at right now, the only person who doesn't care is the person that's in the front. That's why
Right.
they don't. Sony doesn't have to care. So many people are killing themselves to still get a PS5, and you know what I'm saying. So many people bought PS4s, and they just have mad units in mad houses. They have no reason to care yet. So as long as they don't say no racist shit, you know what I'm saying? They'll come out with their "we hate N-words" and
there you go. Right.
F all Chinese people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do that.
but you know what I'm saying is just that
right. Isn't that a thing?
They don't have to care.
Sorry, side note. They could probably get away with these words.
Man,
China. If they say anything about China, that's the end of your whole business platform.
Man.
No, it's not the end of them because they're Japanese and they hate each other. So that's what that is.
But they get their chips and most of their parts from China.
They assemble in Japan, dude. They can.
Yeah, but they get most of
if they need to.
They most of their pieces in China
because it's cheaper. Remember, we have to remember that. Yeah, it's not because they want to. It's because China don't care about human rights. Unfortunately, we could pretend all we want that it's just racism that you hear in the news, but then you start seeing other stuff and people got phones, dude.
Yeah.
You see how they treat their own people is kind of messed up. Right?
Why do I see like a PS5 jumping in a pile of cash like Scrooge McDuck? I don't know why.
Because they do what they do, man. They do what they do. They don't care.
The giant Sony money bin.
Like with their game, with his exclusives inside the golden pile of shit.
They do what they do.
Like Spider-Man 2's in there, just chilling, waiting to come out. Ghost of Tsushima 2. Ghost of Tsushima would be a great one for PC.
I imagine that'll be sooner than later. Yeah. But I'm surprised that it's only one Uncharted as of now. I don't understand why it's only
just one. Uncharted?
No, it's only 4. The last
one.
Which one is the last? So the
4.
I know it's 4, but did 4 also have an expansion via DLC, like story stuff?
No.
Okay, all right.
3.
So it was 3. Okay.
Yeah, that was the one that had that lost thing with the 2 chicks.
Is that the one that had the extras? Which one has him playing Crash Bandicoot? Is that 4?
That's 4.
That's 4.
Okay, gotcha.
It had a multiplayer thing too.
So I'm curious as to why it's only that one. Maybe they'll be in the future, right?
I think that's the easiest one to do.
I'm also curious as to why no Last of Us, because I don't know if you remember that they said, I think it was last month, they announced that there was going to be a remaster of Last of Us.
Maybe that's what the PC will get when it actually comes out.
Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. But that made me laugh because remember when the PS4 came out, they had a better version of the game. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
You going to do it again? All right. Again?
Yeah. Because honestly, especially with people that own PS5, they will run extremely faster. And then also what I think they will do is because I think Last of Us is one of the biggest games that has the adapt controls options and stuff that, like, if you're handicapped or blind or deaf, you could play that game still.
The first one, though? I don't think it's the first one.
The first and second one. Because when they remastered the first one, they did the same thing.
They put that stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So that one, I could see that one being that because it has those adaptive controls and all that shit.
Listen, y'all want to talk about continuing to remake it again. Listen, we're getting new versions of Grand Theft Auto 5 for next-gen consoles for the 3rd console generation.
Yeah. And Saints Row. Saints Row is also
Saints Row the 3rd.
Saints Row the 3rd, too.
And 4 is going to be on there, too.
No one cares about 4.
I like the fact that you had superpowers, but it just couldn't compel me to finish the game.
You introduced me to Saints Row, Mike, and I played the 3rd, and I fell in love with it. And I played 4, and it just didn't hit the same at all as 3 did.
The 3rd was the best one, hands down. Best one.
I still say 2 is the best one, but that's neither here nor there.
I think the 3rd was the best one because it just I think it did everything 2 did. It just broke it out the box.
I just like spraying poop on people, on buildings.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I had never seen a game do anything. Every mini game in Saints Row 2 is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in a video game. Yeah. It just really is. So I appreciate 3 for the production value on top of the stupidity and the nonsensical, but there's never been another game like that. Like even that game was so ridiculous. I kind of feel bad it got lumped in as a GTA clone because it was the time. It was that style. You got a little circle mini map in the bottom of the screen.
I think
you could jack cars and whatnot. So you get.
I think it's like one of the most successful ones though.
Yeah, because it didn't die. It didn't die instantly. It's not like True Crime.
It's between that.
Well,
that one became the Dragon's
Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah,
it turned to Sleeping Dogs. So I'm like, you know what? I can't really. Yo, where's the new one?
I don't know. I think that company went down, didn't it? Or does Square Enix own it?
Square owns that now. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Who knows? Yeah, like Saints Row was third. Like, yeah, the third generation of GTA 5, which they still adding shit. So like, we actually talked about this last week, and it's still like adding shit to it. But I actually will honestly, if you need this much time to do a 6, remaster 3, 4, 3 Vice City and San Andreas.
Yeah, just put it in the engine. It can't be out.
You took it out, you said it, and then you stopped saying it. I would like a redo of 4. I loved 4.
I liked 4 a lot too.
I couldn't finish it. I just didn't have the. Again, I like the beginning. I think around the time when you get to Playboy,
okay,
like I felt like I liked that part, and then I kind of drifted off from playing it.
I liked.
But you remember the character, right? Playboy X, the black dude. Because I liked it because they had an approximation of Harlem, but again, like they always do, especially in Spider-Man games,
shrink the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's like it's like 10 blocks, maybe.
You go to Harlem, and then all of a sudden, there's the bridge going to the Bronx and Jersey. It's like,
they had the Polo Grounds, so I give them credit for that.
They have that, and
they
the
had the Polo Grounds.
Get on top of the projects back then, which was
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. E3 is coming. It's gonna be a lot of shit.
Oh, but that's not even everything. I see other people getting ahead of E3 and announcing stuff. What I'm looking forward to most right now is Streets of Rage finally got the 3rd character out there.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And Shiva is the last one. Of course, everybody who plays the game knew that the character who was gonna be.
Yeah.
But I think they blew the expectations out of the water because the character in the game is nothing like what they show you in the preview for the new one.
I saw like one of his
crazy shit.
I saw like one of his combos has like the 2D version and the other versions of him in it. It was actually pretty cool.
And he has air combo, like legitimate air combos, and like has all types of like angel wings coming off of him. I'm like, all right, man, they ain't have to make the character that cool. Jesus, what you do that for?
I challenge. I think that was my challenge to Tommy at the Game of Rage podcast. It was Streets of Rage 4, and he's stuck on stage 12 right now.
Yeah, I can see that. That the robots in the first, and that once you get in the castle and there's the robots show up.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that would whoop his ass. But
yeah, I was happy about it.
Oh, he gave up? He didn't?
No. He's still playing. We still haven't recorded for Game of Rage, so he's still playing. He's still at time. I finished Shadows of the Empire, and that game is so dated. Like I couldn't.
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't enjoy it. I really couldn't enjoy it. Like honestly, I feel like that game could get a remaster and be really good if they actually do it. Because it feels like a tank. The guy feels like a tank, and like you can't stand that shit.
Yeah, no, it's not. The controls do not age well. It is N64. It is what it is. But 100%. If you mean for the time, that game was great for the time. Not now.
Yeah,
it's so much better.
They show Far Cry.
I'd almost rather play Force Unleashed. It wouldn't glitch out on me. Shit.
Far Cry 6 just got announced, and that game looks fucking beautiful. What I was telling you, like what it looked like from the video, I was saying that they're gonna have a first person and a third person view in that game.
As in fully playable.
I think so because it looks very similar. So when it's in third person, it looks very similar to like Division and like Ghost Recon, the way the backpack looks with all the weapons in it and shit like that.
Did it show a cover system?
No, because
in like Division.
So the action scenes were all first person, but when you went into like the HUDs and like the camps and shit like that, it was in third person.
So maybe it's actually.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like that.
That's gonna be like segmented. Destiny.
Yeah.
You play Destiny, you fight, you shoot, when you're out. But when you do a super on a vehicle, or when you're in social hubs, you are in third person.
Because I see that they want to make the character more like you. They want you to play as that character and not like a first person view of the character.
So do they show it being customizable, or is it a protagonist?
They just put a protagonist. They always put a protagonist.
Is it about Far Cry?
Yeah.
It's the female protagonist. She's a revolutionary. She's got a name. Yeah, she is the surrogate. You are playing the character. Yeah.
Okay. It's not a situation where they have two, right?
No.
There's a male and a female.
No. They always Far Cry always has one character, like one protagonist.
Except for the one where it was the sisters, but that was a whole thing.
But that was like the DLC shit.
Okay, gotcha.
That was like the trials.
When the hell are they gonna make Blood Dragon 2? Like for real?
So the trials version of Fallout, that was supposed to be like a Blood Dragon 2 because they're supposed to be the daughters of the character from Blood Dragon.
I just want Blood Dragon 2 in all its glory. Yeah. Was it anything close to that?
No, it was Trials. You ever play Trials, the bike game that you have to stay balanced and shit on the track and stuff?
Oh, it was like that?
Yeah.
They made a Trials game. Oh no, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was like the two daughters of the character from Blood Dragon.
Nothing.
I am disappointed. Then.
Yeah.
I am very disappointed. No, thank you.
It was a good game. It wasn't the Far Cry game.
I could take your word for it, but I've never played the Trials, so I don't even know.
It's addictive. It's like a psych bike, but for a regular bike, you kind of have to balance yourself on things. Yeah, it's not bad.
When the hell when was the last Excite Bike? Did Nintendo ever refresh that
64.
franchise? No. That's the last one?
Yeah, 64. Excite Bike 64. That was the last one. I actually had that game. That's right now.
That's a long ass time. God damn. Somebody tell them to bring that back.
Put Mario on the Excite Bike.
Wasn't he in the game like as a background character?
No, he was not in the game. That was the only like really big Nintendo character that was like one game that he was not in. He was like the referee and everything fucking else, but that he was not in.
What?
But yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what else is there? That I was interested in it, but I've seen another game with a similar name so many times. I kept seeing what the gameplay like, and I was like, that's not for me. But now the actual game I'm looking forward to is Dying Light 2.
That looks pretty cool.
The horror zombie game. I don't know if you played the first one. It had a cool premise because I don't know what type of engine it came from. I think it was an original thing, but it was like, okay, it's a first person, not really like a shooter. It has shooting in it, right? But it's mostly a melee game because it's a survival type of deal. So, obviously you don't just have bullets at your disposal. So it was mostly you doing parkour all over these environments, and that was your means of escape from the zombies. And then
traversal system was really top notch. Just got a lot of praise.
Cool.
Yes, Dr. Snipe got into it, so he played that a lot. So that's how I heard about it more after it came out. Like he got into it heavy. So this one looks cool because I've seen people playing I think it was a demo maybe Tuesday.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
That's not going to be out till December though. That's damn.
Oh, Retromania got DLC coming. I'm excited.
Oh, even better. Do they show who or what it is?
Chris Bay, Mr. Hughes, and James Storm.
Wow. Is this the first game that Mr. Hughes is going to be in?
Yes. With the urn and all. The picture they have, he has the urn and shit too that he made into a chain.
Is that legal?
Remember that? Oh, you probably.
I know you're talking about.
You probably wasn't watching. Yeah, he made the
legal?
Undertaker's urn into a chain. And then they fought, and Taker won, and you never seen Mr. Hughes again.
Of course he won.
Yeah, because he sucked.
He just looked cool. That's it. I think I know Destiny has announcements because there's a big patch.
So I just read in the news like Square Enix is reportedly working on a Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Oh, and that's the other rumor I'm waiting to be confirmed is that the team that made Neo is working on a Final Fantasy game. That's not going to be. I didn't know have you ever played the Dissidia versus game that came out maybe 5 years ago?
No.
I played the Dissidia on PSP.
No, so it's not that far back.
Okay.
They continued the line of this. Obviously, it's named Dissidia, right? So I didn't know this, but there's a division of Team Ninja that makes the Neo games. They had worked on that game.
Yeah.
I remember it because it was extremely cinematic, and that's kind of the part of it that was like, I don't want to play this because this looks like those Naruto games. And I'm like, I like them in presentation, but in playing them, it's like they don't suck me in.
So it's an arena battler.
Yeah, pretty much is what it was. Yeah, I remember I had some good times with the one on GameCube. Like a bunch of people get together and play that game. They were fun, but that's not my cup of tea.
Right.
So, but to hear that they're getting involved with the Neo style for a Final Fantasy game is like, okay, why didn't this happen sooner? That's also another thing that was announced. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You said the Guardians of the Galaxy. Did they show?
No, they just it's a rumor
logos
right
and stuff.
It's a rumor right now.
Okay.
If it's anything like Avengers, I have no interest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, because it's Square. Ew, yeah. And if they put Crystal Dynamics on that again.
To the games as a service we come. That's what we want.
Did you see Crystal Dynamics' name attached to the thing you saw?
No, it just says Square Enix.
Damn. Because it's just I need to know who's working on it because it's not regular Square because they're busy doing Final Fantasy. So I need to know what studio that they own is making that.
Well, yeah, Crystal Dynamics.
You said it was?
No, I was just saying that's the only studio I know that they own, and people that did Hitman, which I think is the same company, the Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah, how can they make one game so good and another game so bad?
One had a Marvel name and they tried to milk it, and the other one had a no name that surprisingly was good.
It's literally
Hitman is their thing, but like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you? Nickel and Diamond, man. Stop it with the D. Did you hear about? Hey, Jinkies, do you play Call of Duty still?
Yes.
Did you pay $20 for John McClane?
No, I did
and
not.
Rambo or Rambo?
No, I did not. But it's cool to see Nakatomi Tower in the game.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's actually a free edition, the level. So I don't think you have to pay for that.
The map. The map you never play for. The map is the map.
But you got to pay $20 to see John McClane's feet, apparently. And to hear, I think it's actually Stallone. You get paid, and in addition, not together, they're separate. You have to pay $20 also for Rambo. In a first-person game where you hardly ever see your character.
Play Mortal Kombat.
Effing hilarious.
Play Mortal Kombat. Play as Rambo. $7.99.
Yeah,
you get two other characters.
Basically.
And he does the same exact shit. He murders people.
Oh, man. Well, wait, Mark, was that his voice?
Pretty cool.
No, it was not.
Damn.
Yeah, you get paid $20 to see their feet, but other people in the game can see you, so replays look great. But no, I didn't buy the DLC. I just didn't.
Okay.
It's a cool thing. It's a cool the action thing. I give it to him. It's a cool thing. I don't know.
It ain't $20 cool. It ain't $20 for one man cool. That's not right.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
Also, wait. It's just it's $20 per character.
Yeah, per
so
man.
$20 for Rambo, $20 for John McClane, and then the black guy.
And I don't even know about the black guy. You surprised me with that one.
Third one, I believe there was, unless I'm wrong. I may just be in the video. So
if the black guy's not Reginald Vell Johnson, I ain't about it. Man.
Gotcha. So then $40 DLC for cosmetics. Jesus.
Basically, yes.
Gotcha. And they're not included in the Game Pass. So
that I don't know. That I have no idea. But I do know from people I've seen streaming the game saying, yeah, he's $20 and that's it. It's just him.
That's it.
And it's a bad sound alike. And or the recordings are not the highest quality because the people like I could swear you could hear the static in the background because this is recorded from the movie or something.
Yeah, if you actually get Bruce Willis to do it, he probably do it with no enthusiasm whatsoever.
So yeah, what you're saying is right, but I bet you he probably just signed off on you can take these lines from these movies. I'm not doing this again.
No, he probably wants to get paid, so he does everything for cash. So he was like, "Oh, using my voice, okay, I want this much money now."
No, he signed off on it to
Yeah.
get paid, right? But he's not recording those lines.
No,
He's literally just signing for you to get an MP3 of his
it's
voice.
like his brother doing the voice.
From how old is the movie? 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Is Die Hard 30 years ago?
Yeah, about.
Is it 90 or is it 90? Like
Nah, I
91?
think it was 80, 89,
Is it
88.
89?
Yeah.
I see. See what I'm saying? He doesn't care. Just pay him. And yeah, I don't think there's Carl Winslow. I mean, that sucks. No Reginald Val Johnson.
What can you
Why
do?
do you gotta do him dirty like that? You gotta
Yeah,
remember when you watch Die Hard, go back to the movie. He was a character, man. He was an integral part of getting John McClane out the building.
Yep. That's
They
why
keep
he's
trying
God.
to play him.
Yeah. That's why he's God in robot. What was it? The fucking one, the show that Biggie's in.
Laser Wolf?
Laser Wolf. Yeah, he plays God.
Isn't there a school named after him in another show?
Yes.
I forgot
don't
what it
know what
was.
show.
I think I saw an episode of that show recently, and I remember it was a high school. He's the principal,
Oh, okay.
and it's the Reginald Vell Johnson High School.
Oh, probably Rick and Morty.
No, I have not
No,
seen.
no.
I've never seen an episode of that
Okay.
show. So I can't remember. I'll come back to you
All right.
with that one. I don't know about if y'all are interested. There's a game named Origami that they had I'm not 100% sure if it was exclusive for a little bit, but I'll only remember it on the PlayStation Store. It might have been on everything. It's a ninja game, but this time they're making it like. Do you remember Jinkies? You remember Tenchu Z? Did you ever get to play that?
I think Jinkies died.
Oh no, he's mutant, so there's events happen.
He's in the toilet.
I was totally answering and didn't understand why I wasn't getting. I was muted. My apologies. I two things answer to both questions. Invincible is Reginald V. Johnson High School,
There you go.
and yes, I played Tenchu Z, and that was on 360, I believe. That's when
Yeah.
they
So
got off mobile console. No, it wasn't on mobile console before. It was on PlayStation mostly, right?
yeah,
The
and
original.
then they had when they sold the rights, they were on like. There's a PSP one, and there's a Switch. Not Switch. There's a Wii one.
Right, and Z's special thing is that it was multiplayer, right? You could play.
Yeah, and so this game Origami Part 2 is basically a Tenchu game that's closer to the original Tenchu, and it now because it has multiplayer, it is basically Tenchu Z.
Wait, it's called Origami. Is that the Platinum game for mobile?
No, not
No,
Origami. Not
that's not
Origami by Platinum.
Oh,
I think there's something close to what you're talking about. If you see the character from it, he's like a red hooded figure. You can't see his face because he's a ninja. Like, it has a super striking look to it, and the game itself was actually like, I think it was not cel shaded, but it was animated in a certain style where it looks like almost like it's super fluid, and that was the entire like basis behind it. It was like this is a stylish ass game.
Right.
Go murder people and don't be seen. So so now there's gonna be a part 2. I'm interested in it because it's been, I don't know how many years is Tenchu Z, like 12, 13? It's a long time ago. It's like 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
So that's another new thing. It's a lot of stuff. Well, I see it was announced on a PS blog post.
Wait,
so
what's it? How do you pronounce it again? Origami or
Origami. ARA. Gami.
Okay.
GAMI. Like, you've probably seen it in passing. So, and they announced that before E3, and that's going to come out September 17th. So, you know, my only thing is, since we've got all these new games coming out announced before E3, what the hell are they going to announce at E3? Who's actually participating in that?
Everyone. Actually, everyone is part of E3.
Microsoft and Bethesda already announced.
Well, remember, Sony said no, they're never going to go back. So
yeah, so they're doing that Jeff, whatever his name is, thing.
But they already did their own damn thing. So
right.
But they are going to be part of the summer game festival.
Okay.
So yeah, E3 will definitely have Microsoft, Bethesda. That's now one show instead of two.
EA, most
Obviously.
likely.
You'll still probably have your
likely.
EA, Ubisoft. You'll still have your
Square.
Our favorite from Devolver. Continuing that lore, Devolver's the best.
Nintendo's part of it this year.
They're back. Nintendo's back.
Yeah, Nintendo's back
They
in
skipped that
Redfall
last
this year.
year. Well,
See, that's the thing. These people, so many people left, and I don't know who the hell's doing what.
Yeah, Nintendo's back this year. But you also have like
But
EA,
still,
Ubisoft. You have
it's still just all online stuff, though, right? Like they did before. Online
Yeah.
showcases. There's no actual facility, and no one's all showing up in Las Vegas this year.
Yeah.
It's still all just conferences.
I think there is some type of physical event. I don't know what it's for.
Yeah.
I mean, is E3? I think there's a physical event, E3 related, not open to the public, obviously. But I think there's something like they're gonna have some type of, hey, look at this thing. So
we'll see. But the Summer Game Fest, you might see a lot of shit though.
The other thing I want to ask you guys though, do you think the Switch rumors are real? Because it's the same rumors we have for like 3 years.
It makes sense, but I'll see it when I believe it when I see it.
So they seem the reason why I believe that they're real is because they're not outlandish. You get 3 years since the console launch, and it's such a small iteration of of this Switch Pro, like it just makes perfect sense. Like if you're following the other tech spaces, like with Microsoft and Apple and all them, and the 7-nanometer chips and what AMD and everybody's been doing, making a more powerful Switch is that's not a hard thing. And they've already been working with AMD. All the consoles are running AMD chips, custom AMD chips. So let's off the back, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5 are running custom AMD chips. And the Switch is running. Oh, actually, I might be wrong. No. They're running an Intel actually.
But let me ask you a question, since you at least some of the details regarding chips. Does this shortage affect them?
The shortage affects everybody.
So let me ask you another question.
Sure.
Is that smart to release another model now?
Yeah, for them, because the shortage affects everybody, but the stockpile that these people have had already. So it depends on what we're talking about. What specific shortage of the silicon? Are we talking about the shortage of the shortage of the raw materials? Because all these wafers are usually cut already, and then where you're getting them from and what you're using them for is just like Apple is releasing new computers and they had them all ready to go because they produce their own silicon now. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be.
Let me put it in the perspective of the rumors, because the what they've been saying for, I don't know, 2 years has not changed about it being 4K capable, right? 7-inch screen. That's literally, there's a standard set when it comes to this rumor, right? So do you think Nintendo has been making that in secret and are ready to roll it out?
I can see them rolling out with Breath of the Wild too.
Or do you think they just gonna do it and they're gonna announce it and start out everything now, and then we run into the PS5,
we'll
Xbox.
Get a shortage. We'll get that initial launch rollout, and then subsequent launches months and months afterwards.
I think Nintendo's gonna find a game to do it with, and that's something like Breath of the Wild too. Nintendo's gonna do it with a game. Nintendo's gonna release the new console with a game. So basically, they're gonna have a game specifically gonna run that console. So I see Breath of the Wild 2 being that game.
I just want to point out that the rumors say it's supposed to be this year.
In the holiday season, November this year.
I don't think that's realistic.
I don't think it's realistic.
I can see it early next year, like the original Switch. Because the original
I don't
Switch,
think Nintendo's that dumb.
I think
what I'm trying to say.
But the original Switch was the same thing. It was originally supposed to come out like in November of the year, and they delayed it to like March.
Until March, right?
So they did it before.
That's
not the first time they did it.
I'm talking about releasing in an actual shortage, and then also this entire time, there's just been nothing but rumor and speculation on this, and they've confirmed zero.
I could say it might take over the basic Switch, as in that might be the model that to get when they re-release the Switch and have more of that. They'd be able to make that one, and that one will be like the permanent Switch, and then you have the Switch Lite.
Okay, so we're gonna have to wait until The 13th.
Because that's kind of what they did with the enhanced version of the Switch too. Like they enhanced the Switch with the better battery pack and the better controllers because of the drift problems, and then that was the Switch that you bought. I think what they're gonna do is update the screen, update the physicality, and that's gonna be the next system you have to have.
I'm just worried about, are they gonna do it now and we end up with scalpers buying the system up like.
No matter when you're gonna do it, it's gonna happen.
No, but see the difference is
Yeah.
it can't realistically happen where they basically hold all of your stock hostage if there's no shortage.
Yeah, but that goes
So,
on. That goes on.
They can't have as in the scalpers can't have a foothold when there's plentiful.
But
it's supply and demand.
that goes on more of the retailers than Nintendo themselves. Like it's the retailers to take control of that than the actual Nintendo. Nintendo's not selling them directly.
No. The thing is, it equals bad press, is what I'm trying to say. Nintendo doesn't like bad press. Nintendo doesn't like to put this stuff out there. And the thing about the company itself is they are not known for putting themselves out there when it's a disadvantage.
No, 100%.
So that's why I'm saying this does not seem realistic now. I understand the concept of what it is. I understand all the specs and things. That'd be great if it is what they say it is. And I have no faults. I'm not sitting here doubting it being capable of what they keep saying constantly for year after year. But my thing is, I doubt that they're going to announce it and then release it this year.
No, I don't think this year.
So, because there's too many factors against doing that, it's just like it's gonna make, especially now, it's gonna get negative customer will when you. Like, it's like it doesn't matter if it's their fault or not, because people are gonna say, why didn't you just wait?
I'll be straight up. There's never honestly, if they release it this year or not, it's not gonna be negative on Nintendo. Nintendo's Nintendo, no matter what. If you see a new Nintendo console, people are gonna buy it, no matter what.
I don't mean that. I mean, this is what I'm trying to say. If you are Nintendo and you're trying to release it to a certain goal of people, say 10 million initially, and you can't because of shortage, because that's not what you for the foreseeable future, you don't think that. You're going with the assumption that, okay, we got this.
Yeah. I think
and the realism is some dudes are waiting out there to fucking scalp.
Yeah.
And then there's the actual reality of the shortage, and then there's also the reality of people's financial situation still.
Yeah.
And it's just like
I could see it again. I'll say next year. I don't say this year. I don't see nothing coming out this year. I see it for next year. I see like new colors for the current Switch. I see new colors or anything for the light, and they'll try to probably enhance the light more this year. And then I could see them, but I feel like they had to catch up with the shortage they have first before they could release something else.
We'll see. I hope you're right. I hope they're smarter than Bloomberg gives them credit for.
Yeah. I don't see Nintendo unless Nintendo has an official plan and know exactly what they're gonna do with it. Like I said, like if like Breath of the Wild was confirmed for November of this year, right? I could see it being rushed for Breath of the Wild. So being that you could only play this game on this fucking console.
I have a feeling they're not even gonna say anything about that game.
Yeah.
I really do have a feeling they're not even gonna say anything.
Like Nintendo.
Right?
They're not gonna say nothing about that game.
No, but like that's kind of how what Breath of the Wild was. Breath of the Wild was the selling point for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, "Hey, this is the only thing you only can play it on there. You can play it on the GameCube, but nah, you know, on the Wii U, but nah, you don't want to do that. Buy the Switch."
Mm-hmm. I definitely feel you on that one. The salesman is strong with Nintendo.
Yeah.
Don't ever try to think, oh man, they love us. Nah, man, they want that money.
Nah.
But I don't even feel it's just because of lack of anything.
Yeah.
They're usually very, very good about having a direct at any time to help you stay engaged with what's coming soon.
Yeah, I still say like again by Nintendo knowing Nintendo, I say next year. I say this year they're gonna try to like catch up with things and try to pick things back up into a regular basic kind of thing, trying to get the systems back, try to get the lights back, try to get things back and going, because they don't even have a lot of like exclusives coming out this year. Like what they showed us the Pokemon, which is like the remastered that's coming out this year, and fucking Mario Golf. Like, they haven't really showed us anything that's really coming out this year. So again, next year I think feels better because it has time to catch up, has time to sell the regular consoles, has some get the fan base going back and wanting a better high def version. They announced Breath of the Wild 2. I think the console will not release with Breath of the Wild 2.
That's good. Where you at, Jinkies? What you think they're gonna do?
I think they're not going to announce anything that crazy. I think you're right in your aspect of they're being reserved and not overselling themselves. Nintendo just hasn't done that. So they'll show what they got. They'll show you a remix of some things. They'll show you a collection of this.
They bring back the cardboard.
You know what I mean?
Yo, I heard people was getting robbed for that.
For the cardboard thing.
Yeah.
Yo, they did a Doom
thing?
Eternal one. It's just
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh,
Yeah,
so do you? So Jinkies, do you feel Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be announced at E3?
No,
I mean, like they're going to tell us the date. They're going to say coming November, coming December.
I feel like we would have seen it already. Maybe they weren't waiting.
Nah, Nintendo waits. Nintendo waits to their events. They're very like
for their events, and for up until this point, they don't need E3. Their directs have been very great. People stay up until the middle of the night to watch the direct, so they don't need E3 for a big announcement.
Yeah.
They can just Nintendo can drop tomorrow a big direct. Like, make sure you stay tuned.
I think
everyone will be in there.
I think E3 you're gonna see Donkey Kong, the new Donkey Kong rumor game, and I think you're gonna see Pokemon shit, and that's about it.
Has Smash finished releasing all of the characters they're showing?
No, I think there's two more.
It'll be a Smash. It'll be Smash for E3. There, I said it.
Miyamoto better be the last character of Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Well, no, it should be Sakurai because they say he wants to retire.
Yeah, he should be the last one.
It'll be them shaking hands. Fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like the way he talks about Smash Brothers, I feel like he just get tired, is so tired of that fucking game, and he was tired of people just.
Do you ever read anything directed at that game? It make you hate the people who play it too.
Yeah, man. Like I feel like he's just like shut the fuck up. Let me just make the game.
Like I'm not familiar with his entire career. I know he's made more than the Smash games.
He did Soul Calibur.
Which one? He started at the beginning?
He did 2.
Really? He was like he was
part of, he was a lead designer and a lead director on part 2.
So
part 1 and 2.
So he's done other things and he does one game and they won't leave him alone.
He's like, I'm tired of going to my P.O. box with all your fucking letters. I'm tired of it. I'm retiring. I don't want another Smash Brothers game. If you're gonna have another Smash Brothers game, it's not gonna be me. So go fuck yourself. That's what he's gonna have, like a big promo before he leaves.
You don't want to see that happen. What happens? What happens if he leaves and that's the last Smash Brothers game?
It's not gonna be. I don't think it will be the last Smash Brothers game. I just think they're not gonna be the same feel as.
But who wants to make another one?
I feel like no one does. I feel like American companies gonna line up doing it. And it's gonna fuck up the franchise.
I don't think they would let American companies make an official one. I don't think so.
Probably not. Or why you improve on it? It won't be so many Dragon Quest fucking characters.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, there should be more Dragon Quest. There's only one. You mean what? That freaking Fire Emblem? Yeah,
there you go.
Fire Emblem is the one.
They all the same to me.
Don't tell Ichiban that. He'll beat you up, man.
Bring it.
I don't think you want him to bring it. You know what he's capable of.
I'll shave his head.
Is that his weakness?
Yeah, because he's worried about his hair. I'll shave him bald.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
shave him bald and draw a fish on his head.
Damn. All right. I see. Now I have to play the game. See? I didn't know there was that much.
Nah, it's good. Judgment 2, the Lost Judgment. They announced the Sonic Fighters in it, and I was like, "Fuck that game!" I hated that. I hated Sonic Fighters. I really hated that game. That
You
game
just
was
reminded me.
bullshit.
That came out. See, again, my question to you is, what is going to be at E3? Because you just reminded me that the Virtual Fighter Ultimate, they just debuted it like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody waiting for E3. Like, say, that's my thing. They literally just showed it, and they gave certain people. I got to see Maximilian play it with his friends. It's gonna be out, I think, next week.
Yeah, it's a free one
On
for
Plus.
PlayStation. Yeah, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I liked the Luchador.
And it's in the the new thing is that it's made in the Dragon Engine.
That's gonna be cool.
So
it's in is it Like a Dragon? You could play Virtua Fighter 5 in Like a Dragon.
yeah, I mean, they probably got tired of like, damn it, all right, let's just bring it out.
Lost Judgment looks cool. The Sonic Fighter in it, I'm not excited about because I hated that fucking game. I really hated that game. They had it in my video store. I actually played like the arcade version of it.
I've never played it because I never had a Saturn.
It's like big-headed fucking Sonic characters just fighting.
Yeah,
each
it's
other.
like Virtual for the Kids.
Yeah.
But again, I never got to play it.
It's not good. It's not good. But they got it. Whatever. I'll play it. Yeah. There's a lot of shit. We should have an E3 special after it happens, and Jinkies, you should come on, and we should talk E3 and E3 only.
Oh, certainly. I'm gonna watch. Yeah.
So we might have to skip a movie day for E3, and that'll be the cast, or just do a special, just E3 stuff.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah. So
What else is there?
And
there was Monster Hunter stuff. Like there was a bunch of stuff.
3.0? Yeah.
3.0 for Rise, but they also like showed a hell of a lot of details for Stories 2.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was on PC from the get-go. That kind of makes me mad. Because why wasn't Rise on PC from the beginning?
We gotta wait a year for that, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think they say it's possibly this year. But it's still a long ass time to
I'd
wait.
be surprised. Yeah.
It's probably like December, you know what I mean? So again, so much stuff has been announced before E3. I wonder what's gonna be.
I feel like it has. This is not the first time it has happened like that though. Like the last couple of E3s, they always been like stuff like studios showing their stuff before the E3 event actually happens.
But this is the first time you got major stuff from like this is like the flagship stuff because Monster Hunter is the flagship stuff of Capcom. You got the flagship stuff of Far Cry. That's like one of the tent poles of Ubi.
Far Cry, they always if they have a Far Cry game coming, Ubisoft always shows it. Like they show it. They usually show like a month or two before it.
Like they love it.
Because I remember, honestly,
is there Assassin's Creed?
Valhalla last year was shown like a month before the E3.
Well, last year was
not E3. The year before.
Okay, because I want to say last year
there was nothing.
Scott Steiner is not happy with that one.
No, Scott Steiner don't like shit. But yeah, Valhalla was showed first, and probably a month before E3 started.
But that's the thing. I think you don't know about the controversy with E3, Merc. That's probably why you probably still think it's going to be okay.
I know enough. I don't care enough for E3. I just want to see the games. I could care less about the talking. So, just show.
No. So with the actual controversy for E3 was somebody had their mind something. They leaked the entire thing of the client list, so people's information got exposed. Then there was some other shit where they just carelessly handled information. So
I remember
E3
that.
lost trust with almost everybody in the industry. So that's why I was surprised when you said people were there.
That's why this dude is doing Jeff. That dude is doing his own thing as well because he left E3 because he was originally doing stuff for E3, and last year he did the Summer Game Fest and that was his thing, and then he continued doing that his thing, and he's getting more publishers going on his than E3.
And that's one of the main reasons why Sony left. That's why I was surprised when you said Nintendo was there because I'm like, they usually get crazy about their data theft.
Nintendo, honestly, I don't even think they're connected to E3, as in they're like, oh, we're doing something E3 as well, and it's like maybe a block away, in a different studio, a different fucking venue.
Well, now they don't have to worry about that. But
exactly, and that's what Nintendo always did. They always did the Nintendo Playhouse and shit like that, and it was separate from E3, but it was part of E3.
So I'm surprised to see what actually takes place this year. But if you're saying people are participating, all right, we'll see.
Let's see them all fight to the death.
All right, so that's about it. Mostly game stuff.
Let's get into this movie that we watched this week.
Mm-hmm.
Of our
So
comic book superhero movies of 2 decades. We are still on 1990 with RoboCop Part 2.
And we thought it was PG-13. It is rated R. It is an hour 57, classified as action, crime, sci-fi, and it's
rated R.
Yeah, and it came out. Yeah, he shoots a dude through his sniper scope, through his eye. That is, this, and they show it. It came out in theaters June 22nd, 1990 in the U.S. It is not rated highly, which I find funny because I like this one almost exactly as much as the first movie. It was definitely differently paced, though. This one was more of an action movie.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things is RoboCop riding a motorcycle.
Standing on it.
It made me laugh.
He was standing on it. That shit had me fucking rolling. Like, why is he standing on the motorcycle? Can he sit? And then I saw him sit. Like, all right. I thought he was that's how he had it right, is like standing.
Oh, no, he got to gain speed. That's how you gain speed on a motorcycle, apparently.
I guess he's a bicycle. He's a bicyclist.
Oh my god.
So he knows what he's doing. He's RoboCop.
He's aerodynamic.
So let's see. Yeah, aerodynamic. I mean, listen, we'll have to ask him someday. So the cast mostly familiar. Peter Weller again as RoboCop. Nancy Allen again as Ann Lewis. New character, Juliet Fax, played by Belinda Bauer. The old man is back. It's Dan O'Hurley. What is that?
O'Hurley.
O'Hurley. Thank you.
O'Hurley. Yeah.
Felton Perry again as Donald Johnson. This time we have new villain, Kane, played by Tom Noonan.
Kane.
We have the mayor. I think he's the new mayor.
Yeah, he's the mayor.
Played by Willard E. Pugh.
He made me laugh.
He made Mayor Kuzak.
He made me laugh.
Yeah, but then again, it was kind of realistic. There's a lot of things again that the first movie kind of foretold as like a possible future, and literally this is OCP buying his city from him. They have to basically, he can't pay the debt that he owes them, and they own the city. Like, that's where it ends up going. Like, it's crazy.
Wow. So the chick that was in the chick that was with the kid, she you ever watched the French Prince of Bel-Air when he meets the boxer in the ring?
I'm sure I've seen that episode, but I can't remember.
The girl kicked his ass and wound up dating him.
Not familiar. No.
Yeah. That's her.
She was the main villain in the crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, I just went to her IMDb. She's pretty. She was very pretty.
I don't even see the person in here. So I can't even put her name.
Her name is Glennon George.
Okay.
That's her.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's like a blank. It's a
here.
Blank
Right. Here I don't even have a picture.
Yeah, I went to hers and I saw she was in Fresh.
Because I was actually looking for the kid. I want to find.
That's Gabriel Damon.
Oh, that is okay. Yeah, that child.
Yeah.
The character named Hobb, the little boy. That is the most evil child ever in the movie. If you thought Macaulay Culkin was evil and the good son, no. He ain't hold no guns and start shooting up people. He tried to choke Lois out with the old school piano wire and cork. That's crazy. Where do you get that from?
He tried.
Why? Like, dude, that was like a 10-year-old. That's crazy.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of that kid.
Like this movie. So basically, this movie is like, it's a sequel. It's continuing the events from the first movie. Murphy's still on the police force. OCP still owns majority of everything. you're introduced like in the beginning to the sleazeball lawyer for OCP.
Yeah.
So he's a major figure, and he's how you find out about the financial situation with OCP,
Yeah.
and that they've been bailing out the city. I believe they say they owe like 30 something $million. I think 34 million. They have a specific number.
Yeah.
And then there's a new drug that's like basically to some extent it's like the crack epidemic
Yeah.
is what they're trying to like
The nuke.
put into this world. So it ends up being nuke, which is the most addictive drug ever known to mankind. It was messed up. Like in the beginning of the movie, I think it's like the Surgeon General.
Yeah.
He gets assassinated by a drug, like a nuke addict that was
Yeah.
disguised as a waiter at like some big gala. Like it's the world they paint in this one is like, damn, it's on the brink. Like Detroit is on the brink of collapse.
Yeah.
And then you find out that OCP is not paying the cops.
Yeah.
So they're basically trying to bleed the entire city out to send in the OCP troops, if you will, to clean up everything. And so the OCP troops they want are the Robocop 2.
Yeah. They said it.
I mean, this the funny thing is that's they don't hide it. Like that's just what they do. They talked about the Robocop in the first one, and this one is the Robocop 2.
Yes.
Like so a major plot point is Murphy's humanity. Yeah. And that's kind of one of the reasons, again, when I watched it again, it was like I had a different appreciation for the movie because I know for a fact the first movie had like they tried to play on his life, right?
Yeah.
Showed you his family. He went to the house when it was, when they left the house. He started to get his memories back. That's kind of like a focal point of the first movie. And this one is front loaded about his motivations for things, because in this movie they try to get through, well, mainly OCP is trying to get them to just say he is a robot, not a man. They want to disavow any knowledge of him having any humanity left in the beginning. Yeah. They're trying to say, no, that's it. He is a machine and he is property of OCP. That's the end of it. Because if he's a human, there's room there to fight. There's room there, like, oh, you can't just.
He has rights.
He's a living being, but they constantly the lawyer again. He's front loaded at the beginning of this movie. He's basically saying he's just, what is he like? A brain and some goop. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like what they classify him as. It's like this, and they have the psych test, and they basically just is if you think about it as like okay, we're trying to make a scene where you sympathize with Murphy. It's kind of hard the way they're treating him when you see it, and it's like you could tell he's in there. And the guy is basically just beating him over the head with, you are a machine, you are a property of OCP, you are not a man. What are you gonna do? Satisfy her? Can you satisfy? He said, you do like you satisfy. You're gonna give her the love of a man? What? This is like you sit there. I'm sitting there watching this. I'm like, yo, they're going in. They ain't have to go this hard. Like, so again, I got more appreciation for it because there's more than just the action angle that the movie went for. So they go from beating him over the head with trying to make him a piece of property. And then he's also caught in the war, which is they're basically sabotaged. The police are sabotaged. And so you see just everybody going crazy. The beginning of the movie has like my favorite thing with the ad for the car. That like the city's so bad, it has the car. I forgot the name of it, dude. I'm so mad. But
is it the same from the first movie?
I believe it's that one with the dinosaur.
Yeah. I forgot the name of it. Damn.
But it's that red car. And the ad is the dude gets in and he's looking in the parking lot and he's looking for cars to steal. So he gets into that car. The car, the iron, like the restraints come, lock him in the chair and electrocute him to death. And then the host of the commercial comes out and he's like, yes, we've got the brand new model of XYZ. And he just dumps the body out, steps over him, and the body is still smoking, and he just gets in the car. I could have swore that was Christian Bale. It's not Christian Bale, but
He looked familiar.
he looks like American Psycho.
He was that actually had me laughing. So I watched the movie with Jackie. So seeing these things and seeing her reaction to these things was like the priceless thing of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't think she's seen this movie before. This is like that. But the guy in that particular commercial, I think he looked very familiar. I was wondering where he was from. Because I've seen him before.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we all have. I just don't know who he is.
It was Magnavolt Lethal Response.
There you go.
Yeah.
Magnavolt. Damn. So that's the world they're living in. They show you that this world is so tough that your car has to kill the robber to protect you from it getting stolen. That's how far it's got to go. And then the bank scene. I mean, not the bank scene. Then the guys are robbing the gun store. Now, I don't know if you noticed this. The dude that had the assault rifle in the first movie that's robbing the convenience store, he lost mad weight, but he's in the movie again robbing the gun store. The Spanish dude with the beard.
Oh,
That's so good.
Oh shit!
And he's in that group in the beginning.
Oh, my fault. Like the dude that we were talking about that was in the commercial. I think he played Lex Luthor in fucking Small.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, that was the young Lex Luthor. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yes, there it is. That's Lex Luthor. Thank you.
He was Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Yeah.
No,
AKA House.
Lex Luthor's father in Smallville.
Father Lionel Luthor, AKA House. Yep. So, a very young House in this movie.
Yeah.
But just like the city's in chaos, and then you're introduced to RoboCop in this movie with that part of him stopping this robbery after you find out that the cops are all on strike because they're not being paid. So the criminals are like, what the hell? The cops. And then they rob this gun store, and the dude pulls out a missile launcher.
That shit had me roll. I'm like, why do they have a missile launcher in the fucking gun store?
Because it's Detroit in the RoboCop universe.
Fucking remind me of Don't Be a Menace with the fucking nuke in the post office truck.
Yes. Yo. We might have to watch that movie.
Don't Be a Menace. Are we adding it to the superhero movies?
Maybe.
Was Marlon Wayans a superhero in that movie? Superhero with the hood.
Yeah. Kinda.
A little bit.
But like, it's just so the opening scene to this movie is nuts. They shoot him with a missile launcher, blow the car out of the street, and then it's like is basically knocked to the side, can't move, and then they go, dude, what the hell are you doing, man? And he's like, you know what, we're gonna finish him. And then the guy pulls out a rocket launcher and then just blows up the car wholesale, and then so it flies, lands, and then RoboCop comes out of the burning wreckage.
Like nothing happened.
To never miss. Here's another thing I noticed, a detail of RoboCop. RoboCop don't miss.
No.
He never misses. And that's just one of the things that I noticed was like, damn, son. Could you imagine a cop that don't miss?
Oh,
that's unrealistic. It's not real.
But I got the computer cop. That makes sense.
Just saying. A cop that don't miss? Crazy. So he dismantles them and whatnot. But like, the world is crazy. They show you the dude that was in the same car from the intro. Well, it wasn't the same dude, but it's the same car, and the lady's pushing the shopping cart, and somebody in the car tries to run her over, and immediately after her cart is run over and she's on the ground like, oh my God, a dude walks up to her. He's like, are you all right? And he's like, oh, thank you. And he just starts yanking her. Just jigs her, just takes her shit and just runs off. And then as he's counting his ill-gotten winnings, the prostitutes show up and beat the shit out of him.
That whole scene was fucking ridiculous.
Yo, that world is crazy. Yo, Detroit was nuts, apparently.
Detroit. It's Eminem was like 10 years old.
Probably. No, well, he would be like the same. I think Eminem's the same age as us.
They trip him comically style.
Yeah, they did.
Tripped him walking backwards and then stomp him out.
They stomped him so bad, and then they just started pulling his hair and elbow. Like, yeah, they went in. And then so they're running down the street, but they're hiding their stolen money from the rest of the people. And then you see like in the background the just gangs of prostitutes beating up dudes, and I'm like, yo, this world is crazy. It's nuts. Again, it looks like Double Dragon, but no nuclear war has happened.
It does. It really does. It does. You go back to Double Dragon and this shit.
Everything is Double Dragon. Everything.
Oh man, I really enjoyed this movie. This shit just it was just so retarded. Even the commercial things and things like that. Like the one, I think it was the one that the cop committed suicide.
Oh
and shit
God.
Like that. Jackie was like,
it wasn't a cop. No, it wasn't a cop. It was the guy. I think he was like in charge of the accounts for something. He was like an office guy, and he goes, I forgot. He said, I should use Omni Consumer Products.
Yeah.
I tried to save the company money and use the cheaper service. We lost the account. I should have used Omni Consumer. And he just boom blows his brains out.
And it was a commercial. I'm like, how the fuck that's a commercial?
Yo, it's just nuts.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That movie, this movie more than even the first one, it just made me realize, man, dude, people have visions for like what was going on in the future. And you know what? We ain't that far off from this nonsense, dude.
Yeah. Because
as soon as you start hearing about some giant conglomerate buying a city, it's over. Are we there yet? Have they bought Texas yet? Because that's where they all going.
Texas, I think, is too big. You have to like.
You ain't hear about all the tech companies leaving Orange County and the Valley and whatnot?
Valley, everything's moving to Texas.
Yeah,
they don't have any sales tax
so
in
much
Texas.
Fucking space.
There's
no sales tax and there's so much fucking space. Like, yo, Texas is huge. Texas is like the whole east, like the tri-state area, all the way to like Virginia.
I know.
And it's still bigger than that.
I know.
Could you imagine?
At least over there. Could you imagine if like Amazon owned that shit?
Texas is the Southwest.
Texas. It's gonna be Amazon brought you by Texas.
They're gonna buy Boston Dynamics.
Yeah.
And then all the robots, they're just gonna start marching the streets.
So we're just gonna have Robocops in Texas with cowboy hats.
Well, no, it's gonna be those creepy little dog things.
Yeah, that's a real start.
With guns on them. Did you hear about the one in the Bronx?
No.
Like they used one in the Bronx to like bust somebody, like to go into an apartment.
Wow.
Like so they already using them. But bro, I ain't trying to watch those things walk down the street. That thing sees me. You remember? I know you remember, Jinkies, when the what was the name of that peripheral for the Xbox that kind of flopped? What was the name of it? That couldn't detect black people.
The Kinect.
The Kinect.
The first version of the Kinect.
The first version. Yes.
If you didn't have good lighting and you were a black person, it did not pick you up.
So I'm not trying to be on the street when one of those dogs walks by and just mistakes me for somebody else. Nah,
sees you as a ghost and shoots you.
Well, did you know that that was a controversy? Well, not to take us too far off on a tangent, I'll bring you right back. But there was an issue, not with that specifically, but people, NYPD had one of the new spot dogs, and it was a whole big protest for them. And they made them get rid of it. It's like a robot police dog. I guess people just weren't ready for it yet.
Well, I guess that might be the same one
or anything like that, and the use case for it actually is good. It's like this was one of the weird times where I was on the side of the police. Like, okay, if it's a bomb situation, why wouldn't I send in the robot dog with the cameras and the fucking robot arm that could do shit?
100%.
You know what I mean? Or in a rescue situation, there's a fucking car fire and a pileup. The fucking dog can crawl into shit and see what's going on.
I'll tell you why. Because in the year of our Lord 2021, somebody can hack that shit and just be like, game over.
All right, the dog takes the bomb, brings it outside, and then detonates.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's a wrap. I'm just saying.
They're
talking about
ask for money then.
The stuff that I see as headlines. Listen, Jinkies, when I see a headline that says they're trying to make hack-proof medical devices. So when I'm
Right,
sitting,
because you can
you
hack
sitting
a
up in the
pacemaker.
hospital and somebody just hacks your whatever that's keeping you alive, and it's
Yeah.
just like, nah, you done, son. What?
The Ambi tool's coming.
Not fast enough, Merc. I need that Metagel, son.
You and me both, buddy.
Oh man, I'm loving Mass Effect. No, it's beyond like our subject right now, but yeah, just thinking about Mass Effect.
Yeah, well, you know what? We'll have to do a cast sooner or later because this is the first time I got to play the Citadel DLC for 3.
Okay.
It's really good.
Citadel was really good.
It's really good.
That's
I've
the one with
never
the party
played it.
and shit, right? And then yeah, with the chick that betrayed.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
really good.
It's real good.
She was in the Star Wars fucking Battlefront storyline too.
The
The
voice
same
actress
chick,
and
yeah,
stuff?
the same chick. Like it's her face and all. Like if you see
Oh, they
the
made-
actress,
Oh,
it's
that's
exactly
cool.
her face. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that was really good. I think that was honestly my favorite thing of Part 3. Like Part 3, I'm having my issues with,
Mm-hmm.
especially after Part 2. Part 2 is fucking epic.
Yeah, it's a story. The story of
100%.
Part 3 is not on the same
Yeah,
level.
Part 2 is epic. Part 3 is just a lot of chores and just a lot of like bullshit.
Yeah, it's a better game to play.
Yeah, like
But it's not
gameplay
a-
wise, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not a better story. It just isn't.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll have a Mass Effect
But anyway,
talk. But yeah.
This is going on my list. I say under the first movie.
Yeah.
Just because everything it does right to the same level, and it does more, but not in the way that's excessive and bad, like
So,
3.
what score you will give it?
Like, it doesn't strip the rating off and go super kid friendly and then go wacky with the Japanese cyborgs that just blow their head up and stuff. All that dumb stuff. Robocop with a rocket pack.
So,
Terrible.
one thing again, like I said, I have not seen this since I was a kid. Like, I honestly, the last time I seen this was like a Channel 11, like the commercial cut version of it with the curses like bleeped and things like that. I completely forgot that they cut the fucking guy's brain and eyeballs out and put it in a damn robot. I completely forgot about that. I did not know that.
Didn't. Oh man, I remember
Dude.
that face haunts me till this day of him when he opens up the face to ask for the nuke.
Oh my god! And I was like, yo, and then I was telling Mike when he put the drugs out, he's like, drugs.
Yeah, the little mouth, the little hand thing.
Yes, the little grabby hand. Come on, man.
He's like, drugs.
All right, you know what?
Drugs.
But like, yeah, the concept of
it was Undertaker's urn, man.
Yeah, basically, yeah, but that was the source of his power. But basically, so we could just get into what that is that so the evil psychiatrist basically worms her way onto the OCP board of directors because she has an idea to further, because what OCP doesn't give a shit. They want to own the city. When the mayor comes in and has a breakdown about them, like literally, it's within reason for him to go crazy. They're destroying the city because he owes them money. Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah. So he's going nuts. But what she's doing is she wants to do it basically her way. They want to go to they said they want to get it to the lowest possible point, and then from there, nobody can stop them from being the force that cleans it up. And then once they clean it up, OCP swoops in, takes it, boom, and that's where you get like the standoff at the end. Yeah. Remember I told you, Merc, every evil person has a diagram, a model of the city. Yeah. And so that I was thinking of you at the end of the movie when the big ass model of New Detroit showed up. So there's a crazy psychiatrist woman who she comes up with the idea of, okay, we had all these failures with RoboCop 2, and I don't know why they showed the dude. That's messed up. Yeah. They had the little montage of all the failed RoboCop 2s
because they kept putting police into
they thought
robots.
they could replicate Murphy, but he's a special case. Like he just was.
Because he was like a straight up, like he honored the badge and things like that, and the other ones were just regular cops that just like they just had access to their bodies. So a lot of them, like there was one robot that committed suicide that fucking had me. I was like, why?
Yeah, the one that pulled the head off.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
He ripped his head off and you saw a skeleton and shit like that. But yeah. But yeah, like that shit was cool. Like it was weird in that way. I just completely forgot that robot, what the robot looked like.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
had
her. Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I completely forgot that robot, what that robot looked like.
Okay. So her goal was to change that and use criminals,
Yeah.
because that was the common thing, was they kept doing the same thing over and over again. It's not working. So you need something special about them. And so she kept going through the files of different like convicted criminals. And I didn't realize it, but there was somebody trying to stop her the whole time. The other scientist was like, I will not have you put a criminal's brain into my robot.
Mm-hmm.
And because she was so high up on the chain, they basically just ignored him.
Yeah.
So throughout the movie, it's just him getting more and more like he's basically feeling like he has no options, right? She is getting more and more power, and up until the point where the main person who's in charge of the nuke, which is the cult leader Kane. He's a cult leader.
Yeah.
Which is why another reason he has so much power is because not only is he pushing drugs, but he's pushing whatever his thing is, his motto and lifestyle and rhetoric on people while they're messed up on nuke, which is the most addictive drug in the world, is what they call it. And like every time you see it, he has a cop on the payroll who's addicted to nuke. His own gang is addicted to nuke. His right hand girl is addicted to nuke.
Yeah, she was kind of cute.
He's addicted to nuke.
Yeah,
because he's the test subject for every new batch.
Yeah.
Like they show the trailer where the scientist is in there, and every time he asks, "Okay, so what's the new strain?" And he's like, he's the first one to use it, and I think that's kind of a plot point too. Is when he tries the new strain, it's kind of like it makes him more violent.
Yeah.
Like the last one he tries, I think that they call it the blue something, and he's like, he just like, I think he puts hands on the scientists and then they leave. Yeah. And from that point is like, that's when he becomes like ultimate Kane before he dies. Is just like he fuck up Robocop real good.
Yeah, and that big scene of his body parts all broken up and it looked like a birthday cake for some reason. I don't know why.
But I did like though they show you how indestructible Robocop was made to be.
Yeah,
like they had the construction tools on him and they were going ham on him, and they couldn't get through. So, like, good on them. They used some good old Detroit steel on Robocop. He wasn't cheap.
The super convenient magnet.
But realistically,
yeah, they're in a warehouse.
If that could pick up a car or like a forklift or something, like you could pick up a Robocop. So, like that part was kind of cool. How they just broke him down and got his ass. The kid again, the damn kid is just throughout this movie. That child is the most evil thing alive. It's just like no wonder he's like the left hand man. Because he's evil. He's heartless. He's ruthless.
In the series, that's actually just shot him in the head.
Yes.
Like the first scene he's introduced, he shoots Robocop right in the fucking head.
Yes.
Fucks him up pretty good.
And he says, "Fuck off." Yes. And he chokes out Lois. I'm just saying. Yes.
Yes. The kid is evil. Him in his little suit, offering money to the mayor.
Yeah, basically.
The mayor and that's like in the joke as a first, and he's like,
he had ambition beyond his years. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, basically, because Kane gets beat up by RoboCop. He's in the hospital. And he's on life support. It's
the kid from Blank Check, but that went evil.
You mean Agent Cody Banks?
Yeah. Is you remember Blank Check when he has a blank check and he just started?
Oh no, yeah. It's the same, but it's the same kid. Frankie. What was it? Munoz?
No, it's not. It's not Frankie Munoz.
It's not him.
No, it's not.
He's not the.
No, that's Agent Cody Banks. No.
Oh no. Okay? So now I'm gonna have to look up who that is. Is he also in Spy Kids or he's not in Spy? One of the. Don't they share characters?
I don't think he's in Spy Kids.
There's somebody that makes a cameo like in one of the Spy Kids. Damn it. Forget. This is gonna haunt me.
Probably Agent Cody Banks, but that's a different thing.
Now I'm thinking about Spy Kids. I've never seen those movies, but I've seen the poster.
I didn't watch any of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't even think he had much of a movie career after Blank Check.
No, because he was on TV forever. Yeah, he was in Malcolm in the Middle forever.
Oh, Frankie Muniz, you talking about?
Yeah, no, I know he was in there. So which kid is the blank check kid? I forget that.
It's a different kid. It's not Brian Bolsall.
No, I don't know. Mm-mm.
The last movie he was in 2016.
Okay.
And I think he had legal troubles.
Really, Jesus.
I see a mugshot.
That is rough.
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas was the one I was thinking of. Like,
Yeah.
why was this guy in this one? He was in Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the one thing that was weirding me out. Like, who is this cool guy in this movie?
Yeah.
Okay. And Sylvester Stallone was in what?
Yeah.
I might have to watch Spy Kids 3D.
Oh, it's not good.
Mike Judge is in the movie. Selma Hayek is in the movie. All right, dude.
I
might have to watch this. Anyway. Evil Children.
Yeah.
Evil Children. So, like,
I think this was before Good Son too.
you mean this movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Good
When the
Son.
hell is Home Alone?
Home Alone
is
was like
even
91, 92.
Yeah, even that it started out. Damn. And also, again, this is 1990, so you forget for this time, like, this movie goes ham.
Yeah. 92 was Home Alone 2, and he did Good Son after Home Alone 2.
Okay.
So 92.
Damn. So he didn't even. Well, I guess. Who was in Home Alone 3? Did you ever see that?
No one cared about that. I think it's the kid from Liar Liar, the one that plays Jim Carrey's son.
I don't remember. No.
Yeah, I think he played it. Oh wow, there's like 5 parts of Home Alone.
That's too many. That's too many.
I stopped at 3, and 3 was the kid from Liar Liar.
Yeah, I stopped at 2.
Was he Liar? Was he in Liar Liar? I don't know. All these fucking kids look like. I don't know. Go back into the movie.
Yeah, basically, I can't remember these child actors.
Fucking weird ass kids.
But so I mean, at some point, you have the revelation that Murphy also is stalking his wife.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, I don't remember the parts when he's creeping on his old family.
Well, It wasn't that. It was just that he remembers her.
Yeah.
So like at that point, he has full memory of his wife and his kids. So he just goes to see them, but he doesn't go up to her and say anything.
I guess someone had to tell him where he is. Remember the information of it. I remember in the original movie it was like classified. He didn't know his family had moved.
Yeah, that's why that whole scene we has to go in the house and start to gain the memories back. Let's set the pictures and everything, and it starts flashing in his head of him running around with his wife. And then in this movie, he's having basically the same vision, just him remembering them. I think there was like a moment she was in the shower and he was snuck up on her or something like that, and there was like another thing that they did.
Yeah, it was the play fight, tickling in the bed,
and then
shower, and then
But she is freaked out because she's like, "Why the hell is this robot man who has my husband's face? Like, why does he keep driving his car and sitting like 2 blocks away and staring at me? I can clearly see him."
Yeah, he's just across the street in the patrol car, like non-discreet. It's like he's not for stealth missions at all.
With his side all bent to the floor.
Not at all.
What's that leading cop car doing over there?
Why is it skidding the floor? I see sparks when it drives.
So then you have that, and there's like a lawsuit against the police. She's about to file a lawsuit because it's basically like she's of the thinking that they're using the husband, and he's like doing some creepy stuff because he's either malfunctioning or going off the rails or something. She doesn't know that he has his humanity because when he's there in front of her, he has to make the decision, I guess, to stay on the police force and not end up in a mountain of red tape to say that he has no humanity. I don't know you.
No, they fucked with him.
No, he still remembers. He's literally sitting there. The programming. Yeah. This is before they mess with him. It's before it's before the lady overrides his programming and puts all that the really nice guy stuff where he just stands there and
that shit was also hilarious as well.
Yes, he's like, how come he never compliments anyone? Let's make him say hello.
And then the kids they robbing the fucking store, and he was just like,
yeah,
you don't do this, and you don't do that. The kid's like, run.
It's the worst because the kids are terrorizing the store, and the softball coach is out there with a gun,
That shit
just shooting at Robocop.
That shit had me rolling. Like, how you have your little league fucking robbing stores?
It's like in this world, the kids are holding on to their civility by a thread. Like once you just let them go wild, that's it. They're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And then when Robocop comes in, he's like, "Where are they?" And they're like, "They're all right here." They're all just sitting down.
Yeah.
It's just like,
fucking
don't
Indian
do
style.
that. Don't do that. And then there's the part where when they go on patrol because Lewis doesn't know anything is wrong, and then they literally have to stop that, go into the neighborhood, and he has the part where the kids are tearing up well, not tearing up. They're actually just playing in the street with the fire hydrant, and he goes, let's not waste.
Yeah.
He turns the water off, and then the girl spray paints his back with "Kick Me" on it.
Right. Kick
But
with
then-
KIK.
Yeah, she didn't have any.
little
room.
red ass kid. Dumbass
But
kid.
then he sees the
no.
dude across the street smoking a cigarette and shoots the outline around his head.
I bet he
no
doesn't
smoking.
Smoke. I bet he doesn't smoke a cigarette ever again in his life.
Nope.
He probably shit
Like-
his pants.
It's so nuts. Like there's so much to this movie, and it's actually I think it's longer.
That was Robocop's version of the Brown Bomber.
Damn. Yeah, because he made that guy Brown Bomb himself.
He
Basically.
shat his pants. He's like, oh shit, I almost died, motherfucker. Dude.
Like there's so much to this movie. Like there's comedy to it. There's
Yeah.
action. There's the emotional aspect.
so
there's the real world implications, man.
and then the villain Kane with his like 1990 CGI head on the screen. Fucking
Yeah, they finally get him working.
yeah, and he
Because
couldn't
she uses
talk.
the
He's like,
drugs.
"Arr, arr,
Yeah,
arr."
it just makes that creepy noise.
Yeah.
But it was cool for the time. Again, you didn't have anything to compare to except for like the first movie.
Yeah.
So, oh god, I forgot about the part where they had the news report that they continue to use the ED-209 unit, even though it's malfunctioning in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And it's just, yo, this movie's nuts. It's nuts.
It was
It wasn't malfunctioning. It's funnier than that. It just got stuck in a manhole. Like the hole was open and stepped inside.
True, but it just started shooting up in the street. Like it was nuts.
It's so ridiculous.
The movie was
Nuts.
a lot of fun. Probably one of the better ones
It
that
really
we have
was.
been through. Yeah, there was just so much.
And then
shit.
there's a fight at the end. My favorite part.
I was telling you straight out, it looked like me playing with my toys in the middle of the page.
Yeah. But I still think because I'll take the practical effects.
Yeah.
If that's all you got, give it to me.
Yeah.
So I'll take it. But I love the part when they start fighting in the hall and he's like, "Behave yourselves," and he just starts shooting out the place. Oh, yeah, that movie is nuts. Too much, man.
I didn't really care for the blue tint on RoboCop. I like the old school silver, so that was like my only little thing because I didn't care for the blue. And then also, again, like you said, it kind of reminds you of Part 3, and it's like,
yeah, that's the only thing that the blue tint reminds me of is RoboCop 3.
But and then the fight in arcade, the whole thing was Data East, the fucking arcades.
Yeah,
Which is the people that made the RoboCop video game.
Yeah.
That shit made me laugh as well.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It's a good
I
one.
recommend it. If you're looking for a good rated R action movie, it's highly recommend.
I gotta watch RoboCop 1 with Jackie. I really want to see her reaction, and she also likes the guy.
She's
that
never
plays
watched.
I think she said she's seen it, but she don't remember it because she was watching this and she was like crazy about like a lot of the over D shit that happened in this movie. So I was like, watch RoboCop 1. It's even worse. A lot of the crazy shit. So yeah, definitely a great movie. So this on your list, you put it at number 2. RoboCop 2 is right under RoboCop 1.
Yep.
What you graded? What's
Score wise, 5.
5? Okay.
5. Like I told you when I first started watching it, the first 20 minutes I just had my jaw open. I was like, yo, this movie's crazy.
Yeah.
Why is this movie so nuts?
Yeah. On my list, it will be number 3, right under Batman.
Yes, sir.
And what you will review this, Jinkies? We don't have a list for you, but you can review it if you like.
Nah, it's better than I remembered it being, and they are very consistent, like in the first one, in the storytelling of it.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, yeah. As the sequel goes, yeah, it was on par, pretty much on par. What was going on in the first? It was a little bit of a departure of the grunge, I think, of the first one. There's just a feel of the first one that
Yeah.
I guess just really can't be recaptured, but they did a good job with this. And now that I've seen it again, it's put a big old smile on my face. I enjoy this.
Sweet. So right now, my top 10 is Robocop, Batman, Robocop 2, Superman 2, Darkman, Flash Gordon, Superman 1, Dick Tracy, Toxic Avenger, and Hardware. That's my top 10. Mike's top 10 right now is Robocop, Robocop 2, Batman, Toxic Avenger, Superman 2, Darkman, Superman the movie, Dick Tracy, Flash Gordon, and Toxic Avenger Part 2. Next week, I know for a fact it's going to go straight to my number 1. It's my favorite movie of all time.
It's the first Turtles.
It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when the Turtles come out, I'll go RoboCop 1, and then Turtles 1, and then Superman 1. Since I heard that y'all did 1 and 2,
I didn't like Superman 1.
You should watch. You should rewatch Batman, Jinkies.
Yeah.
Batman. You mean
original
1889 Batman?
Yeah. You should rewatch that.
No,
it's a lot better than you might remember.
No, that's fine. I completely agree. I have no bad.
So yeah, I appreciate that movie a lot more watching it now than I did before, because I was like really paying attention, and the whole scheme of Joker's scheme and shit like that. If you actually really pay attention, a lot of the shit that happened throughout the movie made a lot of sense. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is next week. I'm excited. I love watching that movie.
Also, I'm a bigger fan of Dick Tracy over Dick Tracy. There, I said it.
I've never seen that.
You never watched old Looney Tunes, Dick Tracy?
Oh, wow. You just okay. I might have to look that up.
Rubber Band Man.
Jukebox
The Eraser. It was a big ass pencil guy.
The Eraser. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
One of the most violent scenes in the Looney Tunes is he throws them all in a closet and shoots it up with a Tommy gun.
Yeah. So so we're kicking off the month of June with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The following week would be Guyver. The week after that is Rocketeer, and the week after that is Batman Returns.
Oh man, you guys are doing the Guyver?
That's kind of the movie I'm most excited.
Freaking the 8-man, the anime version.
Yeah. So we took out the Turtles. We're only doing the first Turtles. We're not doing the sequels. So the fact that we do have the sequels all reviewed on Shell Shock. So we just did the first one. So right now, June will be Turtles, Guyver, Rocketeer, Batman Returns, and Dr. Morid. July kicks off with Meteor Man, Robocop 3, Blank Man, and The Crow.
That just sounds wacky as hell.
It's like all over the place.
Oh, side note, I watched the first 2 episodes of MODOK on Hulu.
It's pretty good.
That very much.
It's fun. It's fun. I watched the first episode so far.
Enjoying that very much.
I'll probably start that soon because I just finished the last of Castlevania.
Nice.
That's really good.
Castlevania.
Really good.
I'll say it and I'll say it again, and I know we're running long, but Castlevania is a love letter to animation.
Yeah.
It's rare, and I've said this before, it's rare that you get like the trifecta, or I should say the quadfecta of great animation, great fight choreography, great writing, storytelling, and a fantastic voice cast all in the same production.
Sweet. I got to catch up to it. I watched the first season. I haven't watched the second or third.
I just went the show overall. So, that includes the first and second and third seasons. But the fourth season just hits it home strong.
Oh, there's 4 seasons. So I got 3 seasons to watch.
And that's and then the 4th one is the last one, so you don't have to worry.
Okay. So
but
I'll get to it.
Boy, yeah. Get into that.
I have a lot of shit on my plate right now, so I'll get to it. Because this month we go back into the Super Sentai, so we're watching Akbar Ranger, which is the Dino Thunder version of the Sentai. We're going to that. We have next week Turtles, Mandalorian as watched. We got to do a cast on that. We have a lot of shit going on, so definitely check it out. We should do a Mass Effect special, and we should do what I said before. I don't remember.
You should watch Doug.
Doug?
Yeah.
Doug is not that great.
Doug is good. Doug is good.
The first Nickelodeon season is good. After that, it's bad.
If you mean the Channel 7 stuff,
once Disney took
I have
over,
no experience. Yeah.
Once Disney took over it, it's not a good show. The first season is the first one is on Nickelodeon.
It's on YouTube. That's crazy.
That's interesting. I didn't know that it was split like that. I didn't know it original Nickelodeon and then was taken by Disney. I did not know that.
Yeah. Doug was bought out by Disney, and then they started showing it on Disney and stuff like that. That's when they changed Patty Mayonnaise's hair to like the short chop hair and all that stuff. Yeah.
Channel 7 Doug. Is that that's what I call it?
Yeah, Channel 7 Doug. We don't like Channel 7 Doug. It's not that good.
I didn't. Yeah, I would have to sit down and watch it.
Disney Afternoon, man. Disney Afternoon.
Disney Afternoon would be interesting. Again, when we go through a lot of these things, maybe when we start to get the Patreon going, we'll start doing the special like Disney Afternoon party things like that. It's just we gotta watch it all. But they all on Disney Plus, so can watch those. I wouldn't mind. I started Darkwing Duck again.
Okay.
Darkwing Duck is pretty fun.
I need to watch the new DuckTales.
It's been too long. I haven't seen Darkwing Duck in such a long time.
It's on Disney Plus.
Gotcha.
Check it out. All right, I guess we'll wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Make sure you. Well, first, thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That is YouTube, SoundCloud, and also Spotify. Also, don't forget, we have a WordPress, and all of that is Red Cyclone Inc. Where you at, Merc?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, or Merc with the Mic. Follow our other casts. We have All the Shell Shock. We have the Morphin Cast. We have Not a Trekkie, which has a new episode this week. And we have the Gamer Rage podcast. Those are all monthly podcasts, so definitely every month we'll have a new podcast of one of those for you. And then our weekly, the Wrestling Babble and the Guest Better Story podcast. I don't have to say follow the Jinkies because the Jinkies is here.
Definitely, you can follow me on Commander Farrell on Twitter, and on
the streets.
Play games. You can find me on Commander Farrell, Xbox and PC and all that other cool stuff.
And the streets.
Yeah, man.
As long as you got a sandwich, that's it. Don't give it to him, but if you got a sandwich.
Listen, we can have a conversation about this.
Well, no negotiations. The sandwich is non-negotiable.
Let's see what happens. Let's not rule anything out.